Hey everybody, an all-new edition of Craft Root Sports starting up here in just a minute. This week we are drinking all beers from a friend of ours, friend of the show, Jenny from Ohio, sent us some beers from Urban South Brewery. Scott, what is the flavor of beer that you're drinking from Urban South Brewery tonight?
I am drinking raspberry lemonade slushy, which is a 4%er? I don't know.
Yeah, they don't really have the percentage on here. I'm kind of nervous about that.
I'm not sure. Well, no, you know what? I lied because I said it was like 5 something. Either way, we're going on the Texas scale for Jenny.
The Houston scale from Joel Osteen all the way up to NASA.
All right, well, if NASA's at the top of the key, then I'm going to go with the pride of Houston. This is coming out Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, damn.
This is strong. I like this right here. This raspberry lemonade is good. So, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay, all right, cool. Drew, which flavor from Urban South do you have?
I am rocking the pineapple melon slushy fruited sour. I was just thinking, and I was about to ask you guys, like, shit, this means that I actually have to accept that Facebook friend request from Jenny now that she, hooked us up with these beers. And I took a sip of this and I was like, oh, nope, that's an ad right there. Because holy shit, this thing is amazing. Like, I appreciate this so much. This means a lot to me, having this amazing pineapple melon slushy. The thing hits you right off the front with that citrus, but it's not tart. It's sweet, and the slushy part, oh my God, I love slushies, but this one delivers. So I'm going to just go NASA because this shit's out of this world.
Very nice. Very nice to hear. I have Livewire, which is another sour. This one is tangerine and Mountain Dew. They actually used Mountain Dew syrup as part of the brewing process for this one.
Yes.
The only downside to this one is the ABV, because it's low since it is a sour. So I'm just not sure if the ABV is at the level that I want it to be at. And it's not that great uncapped. Actually, I have the lowest scored ones out of our beers on Untapped. I'm at 3.98 caps. I don't know who rated this so low, because this tastes literally like I'm drinking a Mountain Dew. Like, it is the first time that a sour beer delivers on a flavor that I'm like, damn, that's exactly what that flavor is supposed to be. Huge fan of this one. This one's starting off at NASA.
Get you some Funyuns to pair with it.
Ooh, yes. I think I just realized why Beer Drop doesn't have a Twitter, because people be tweeting at him all the time, like, yo, you need to get this.
You got to get this one. You got to get this one.
Because I was just about to look it up and be like, oh, they don't have a Twitter. So I'm like, man, I'll hit them up on my account, all my burners, just to like really start getting groundswell.
Well, hit us up
what up?
Hit us up in the comments below. Let us know what you're drinking tonight, and rate it on the Houston scale from Joel Osteen all the way up to NASA. All new edition of Craft Root Sports starting up just in a minute. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday night. That means it is time to get drunk with us here at Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me as always is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight?
I was feeling good before the start of tonight's game. What is it, like 900 to nothing? Braves just hit a home run, but other than that, I'm feeling great, feeling good. Still a 2-1 series lead, assuming they don't do anything the rest of the night.
Yeah, you're sitting in good shape. 7-1 in the playoffs.
I'm feeling like that meme with the stick where it's just like, you gonna do something? Wake up, do something.
7-1 in the playoffs so far isn't bad. And plus, you swept my boys, so I ain't got much to say. Also hanging out, Drew. Drew, how you feeling tonight, man?
Mildly distracted, because I went to check into my beer tonight on Untapped, and I searched like the brewery and the name, and I just saw all these amazing brews come up, and it's like, okay, I got to stay focused. So I typed in the first ingredient in my beer, pineapple, and there's still like 24 beers I need to just take a look at and just imagine.
Yeah, this series that they did is crazy, and I'm a big fan that they did.
Dude, they've got like pineapple slushy. They've got pineapple strawberry. They've got pineapple melon. Like, the list goes on.
Okay, but we know the sours can take on those flavors that have those weird profiles that you don't know how they get. Do they have a pineapple pizza?
Oh, no.
Would drink a pineapple pizza beer?
Yeah, I would drink
100%.
a pineapple pizza.
Hell
beer.
yeah, I would. Okay, good. I just want to make
yeah.
sure I was in good company.
Yeah.
Would you eat a pineapple ham pizza?
Would I
Oh, yeah.
eat that pizza?
You'll,
Sure.
you do, okay, you'll
Well,
do
no.
one.
Because see, my thing with the pineapple on pizza is it's got to have a meat to accompany it. It's got to be with a ham.
You gotta
and a
get some
pepperoni.
salt.
Otherwise, I'm
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the sweet and the salty that makes the pineapple on the pizza okay. Just pineapple, I don't think I can go there.
I agree. Guys, we have an awesome show for you all tonight. We are going to do some Hot Takes Barbecue. We got some spicy hot takes from around Twitter that we're going to grill up. We got a new segment that we're going to debut this week, and we are going to die on some hills. And also, we are going to give some power rankings, guys. We got our own power rankings. Scott's wearing a Notre Dame hat despite what he claims it is. It's a Notre Dame hat, and I'm happy to see it. Let's give a shout out to our friends at Beer Drop. Drew mentioned them and the fact that they don't have a Twitter handle, but that's okay. You can get in contact with them at craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop. Listen, On Deck is brought to you by Beer Drop. Do you want award-winning craft beers delivered straight to your door starting at under $4 a serving? Our friends at Beer Drop can hook you up. Fill out your flavor profile, sign up for one of their monthly plans, and they will curate a box of fresh, award-winning craft beer that will be sent right to your door. You can swap out beers, add more, and even skip a month. And if you don't like commitment, you can still go and order delicious beers to be delivered right to you. Just go to craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop for $5 flat shipping. That's craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop. All right, fellas, this is On Deck. This is the portion of the show where we give you our stories of the week, our favorite stories of the week. And as I try to find the sound cue, Drew, as always, with his brand new background, looking fresh as can be on the Zoom. You're on deck, Drew.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I found a very disturbing story this week that honestly makes me kind of nervous about myself and my future here. I'm a guy who loves hot food. I'm a guy who loves some Mexican, Tex-Mex, Spanish, all the deliciousness. And as a result of that, sometimes I, experience gastronomic discomfort, and it's a thing in my life. And you know what? I'm never going to change because, damn it, I love Taco Bell and a grilled stuffed burrito. I also love me some spicy Indian food.
Enjoy those Mexican pizzas while you can still get them. We only got a couple weeks.
Mark it down, ladies and gentlemen, every day. Hit up that Taco Bell on Uber Eats and Grubhub, whatnot.
And Taco Bell, if you want to sponsor the show, come holla at us.
Look, man, I knew things were serious in this world during the pandemic when it first hit because I stopped getting Taco Bell. And I've always told my wife and my family, when I stop eating Taco Bell, put a bullet in the back of my head because my life is over. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. A gentleman got arrested recently for farting in an Uber. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm about to get arrested in my office then.
Yeah. And if we live in a world where people are getting arrested for farting, I am screwed. Because one, like I highlighted with my diet, it's just unavoidable. Two, I ain't going to hold it in because that's just uncomfortable. Benjamin Franklin wrote a whole pamphlet of why you need to fart because it's healthy and it's better out than in. So
that's why he's on the $100 bill.
That's right. Just Benji's all day. So, yeah, this dude got arrested in the UK for allegedly farting in an Uber, and it smelled so bad, and he took so much offense to the driver commenting on how bad it was that he started a fight in traffic in the Uber, which spilled out into the street. The cops, or not, what? They're not cops in England, right? What are they?
Now, they're still cops, right?
I don't know.
They're still cops.
They got those weird hats,
yeah.
They just don't have guns. They don't shoot people.
Yeah, whatever.
They're not as quick with the trigger, but they're still cops.
Right. Yeah. They're not because it's a billy club. So whatever. Whatever they are, showed up, arrested this dude, threw him in jail, and he's now being charged with like what is the equivalent of like third-degree assault, I guess. Wow. I mean, look, I thought a $250 fine for puking in an Uber was bad, but like this takes the cake. So I don't know. I've got no advice because I don't know what to tell people because, farts happen and it's just a part of life. So maybe actually my advice would be, yo, homie, toughen the fuck up.
I mean, here's the thing. It's the arrest can't be because of the fart, right? Like it's got to be because he fought the guy afterwards. Like that's got to be where the arrest comes from.
Does it have to be though?
Like this is such a misleading headline in this story, but you're 100% right that there's no reason for this Uber driver to be so offended by somebody ripping ass.
Get off my lawn, Karen.
Biscuit with Bobby's. That's the word we're looking for. And he also wants to know if this guy was
Biscuit.
arrested for assault. Well played, Biscuit, as always. All right, I'm gonna go up next here, Scott. I'll let you hit the walk off here. This week for On Deck, I have a kind of a weird story. Good that everything worked out. Tommy Pham, you guys may know Pham from his Padres playing. They just got eliminated by the Dodgers. Not a good postseason after all this hype that the Padres had built up. They traded for Clevenger. They were looking strong going into the postseason, and then got waxed by the Dodgers, which has to hurt extra for the Padres to lose to the Dodgers in the playoffs. So Pham decided to do what most of us would do in that situation when you get eliminated from the playoffs. You're done working for the year. He decided to go to the strip club. No judgment at that point, but apparently there was an argument that happened near his car or around him, somewhere in the parking lot. He asked the people that were involved in the argument to move, and then they stabbed him in the back. It was such a severe stab that he had to have surgery thereafter. There was no damage to his organs. The Padres released a statement today that said that he is okay, he is fine, he is recovering, he's in good condition. But damn, man, you think farting in an Uber and getting arrested is bad. I feel terrible for the guy that wants to drop a few dollar bills at the strip club and ends up getting stabbed in his back because of it. That's not a good end to the night, man. That sounds terrible. They said that the stab wound was 12 inches long and 5 inches wide. What did this dude get stabbed with? Like, that's an intense...
Say that again? 11 inches
12
long,
inches
12
long, 5 inches wide.
No, I don't want to tell you what he got stabbed with, but
Was it
it was in the
stingray?
California area recently.
Moving on.
Also, I mean, Paul Pierce is like, come holla at me, Tommy Pham. I mean, you got stabbed once, bro. And once after a championship. I mean, like I've been through a little bit worse.
Dude, this has got to be.
But this is wild, though. I mean, I don't understand how that just happens. Like, you just who stabs somebody?
I didn't think. I mean,
right? Who does?
Like, somebody shoot somebody. Like, why are we stabbing? Like, that's such a. I feel like it's such a coward move anymore to stab somebody, right? Like, that
this is
doesn't.
America.
what are you talking about? That's backwards.
Bear arms and have our guns, and you're out here with a knife.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, you guys completely backwards, but we can die on that later.
Biscuit pointing out Monica Seles was stabbed at the French Open. That still wins. That does definitely take the cake, I guess. Ed from Pardon the Punctuation. Shout out to Ed. He made it. I wore my Zip 'em Up shirt just for you, Ed, just so that you can bask in Xavier's glory here as we aren't letting you back out of your agreement for the Crosstown shootout, man. Did you guys hear about that?
I was just going to say, what agreement are we in?
Happening, right?
Yeah, it's happening, but UC tried to change everything around, and they were like, well, let's do it at a neutral site because they're supposed to host it, but they don't know if they're going to be able to have fans. So now they want to split the cost with Xavier and go to a neutral site this year, or move it to Xavier so that they don't lose out on the gate and then tack on 2 games at UC in a couple years. It was such bullshit, and their coach put out this terrible video on Twitter where he's like, no personality, telling you all the offers that UC made to Xavier, when all it comes down to is you guys have it this year. Sucks that there's a pandemic and you're going to lose out on some gate because of it. We'll see you this year at Fifth Third and next year at Cintas, just like the contract says.
Right.
Yeah.
Not only that, I mean, would they make any concessions? Would it be any different? If the shoe was on the other foot?
Hell no, they wouldn't. Are you kidding me?
Get the hell out of here with your internet begging asses.
We gave them 4 offers. One of those offers included neutral site this year, and then 2 crosstown shootouts the following year. 1 at Cintas, 1 at Fifth Third. It was just ridiculous, man. Just some terrible.
Wait a minute, though. That does intrigue me. I would love to see a home and home each year
In the same season?
Yeah.
No. It's the games.
No, because then you can't do just a 1-and-1. Because then what if they split? No, it's either got to be 1 or 3.
Okay,
Agreed.
There's got to be a king of the city.
The more times I have a chance to see UC lose, the better.
Well, that's.
I mean,
a fair
I'm fine
point.
with that, but I'm not doing just 2.
Scott, you are up for on deck. We could do. I mean, shit, we could do a whole show on the crosstown shootout. We did actually.
Let's just do a Cincinnati series with all the schools around here.
Sorry,
Scott, go ahead.
We tried that once before.
The Lakers won the title. Whatever. Something. Kobe didn't get another ring, so like the hate is less visceral. Like I still am.
That's harsh.
A little upset that they didn't win, or that they won. I really wanted Miami to win because it would have been another reason to laugh at Lakers fans and whatnot. But it just doesn't hurt as much. But speaking of hurt and assault. Apparently there was a guy because when you win a championship you got to go crazy and start riots in the streets and attacking, so Lakers fans no different, but apparently one guy who's my hero out there in LA. This is my proxy, and he took one for the team, so sorry bud. Got his ass whomped. There's video floating around the internet of him just getting curb stomped underneath a bunch of people, and this dude apparently was in the celebration screaming out "fuck Kobe," and the Kobe stands took offense to that. So while this guy might be a hero to some, he is apparently not a hero on Laker Nation. And that's a reminder to all, if you go out to LA and yell out "fuck Kobe," that something may or may not happen to you. I mean, it's bold. I'll scream "fuck Kobe" here in Cincinnati all day long because nobody is gonna do anything.
I gotta be honest, man. I don't even know. Like, there are times in the Facebook group where I don't even want to yell it because I feel like people are gonna turn on me in that group. Like that love runs deep, man. It's amazing the love that people had for maybe the third best player in basketball history. Maybe. Probably not the third, but maybe top 5. Maybe top 5.
I was gonna say, I was like, he maybe sneaks into the 5th spot.
Is he the best Laker ever? Like, let's start there. Yeah, is Kobe the best Laker ever?
They were talking about this morning on the radio. They were someone was leaning in hard for Joe West to call her into Keyshawn's show.
Joe West or Jerry West? Because
God damn it, that's 2 weeks.
Joe West, wait,
he's incorrectly calling balls and strikes in Major League Baseball.
And not believing in the Rona.
Screw this up. You got now he ain't getting no Rona though. He ain't getting no Rona. But yeah, I mean, you got Jerry West.
There you go.
You got Kareem. I mean, do we need
Magic?
But okay, fine, Magic. So that's 3 now that Kobe.
Robert Ory.
That's right.
Derek Fisher. Shaq,
who drove 2 hours to beat up what's his name for sleeping with his wife.
Hold on. Luke Walton. Who else we got? I mean, I'm just thinking of guys that in the last 2 decades that are.
I was gonna say outside of Jerry West until you said Luke Walton, I was like, new segment. Scott names Black Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people have done that Lakers jersey that
also known as dudes better than Kobe.
Tyronn Lue. I mean, think of all the great people that have, and I mean, hey, AC Green, another all time.
But see, did Kobe ever coach a team to a championship?
Oh, Matt Stanton dropped in Nick Van Exel. What a fantastic drop in.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I'm not just gonna hand Kobe the title.
And people argue he's number 1. And people argue he's number 1 overall, man. All right, listen.
Oh, hold on. Steve Nash.
Also a coach that made that crossover, made that
right?
leap.
Like, I mean, think of all these people that have coached and played. Like, I'm not
right?
just Kobe. And
I mean, I'll give Kobe credit for coaching his daughter's team, but that ain't the league, right?
Matt hitting us with Adam Morrison.
Oh God, no, Matt banned. Fuck that guy. I cannot stand Adam Morrison still to this day.
I mean, I can't either. But I mean,
did he cut his hair?
As far as him being a Laker, though, he's better than Kobe.
There you go. This has been on
He'd
deck.
break no one that we know of.
This has been on deck.
Yeah, Mike got that a little late.
Say it, yes.
Have you seen his stash? Come on now.
Brought to you by Beer Drop. weird transition to the sponsor. Shout out to Beer Drop. $5 flat shipping. All you got to do, go to craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. Ooh, that was poor timing on my part to switch. That's my bad, everybody. My bad.
That was a fantastic on deck. Thank you to everybody in the comment section for joining in.
Well done,
You
guys.
tell us Lakers better than Kobe.
Robert
I'm
Taylor
proud
says
of
he
all
is
of our listeners.
unsharing every share that he has put out there so far.
Because of the Kobe hate? Come on.
Yeah, he loves Robert Taylor loves him
Kobe.
some Kobe, man. He might be number one in the Craftword Sports Facebook group on the Kobe bandwagon. All right, fellas, let's do this. So Dak got hurt this week. He is out with a gruesome ankle injury.
Excuse me, who?
Dakota, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Thank
My
you,
bad.
thank you.
Dakota.
I didn't know who you were talking
Yeah,
about.
Dakota Prescott. I'm sorry, I should have clarified. That's my fault. Dakota Prescott, he went down this week. He turned his foot the other way. I know that injury very well. My foot was also backwards at one point in time. So we figured, as we were talking about this injury, and that's kind of dominated the news cycle, we should do some power rankings on sports injuries. So I think if you guys are up for that, I say we give our top 10 sports injuries, the power rankings for sports injuries. For those of you that are watching live currently, I promise you we won't have any of the graphic pictures. I subjected myself to those earlier today, and it made me want to throw up. I will not do that to you all on the stream here. So let's do this. Are you guys ready to go through the top 10 power rankings for sports injuries?
You know, I'm ready. I
You're
read
not-
the show notes and everything.
I was going to say, you guys aren't going to mess this up, right? Like we are aware, we're all on the same page. We know what's happening, right?
Drew's going to get this one right this time.
All right.
Ooh,
I have confidence that you guys can handle this. Scott, why
Look,
don't you?
all I know is there was a lot of prep that went into this, folks. You need to know this. Behind the scenes, we'll say hours, because I don't want to specify, I had 104 text messages back and forth as far as planning this segment. So we are very clear on what we're doing.
Yes.
No
okay.
worries at all.
Good. Scott, you lead us off. What's the number 10 injury on the Craft Root Sports power rankings for top 10 sports injuries?
All right, at number 10, we got Kevin Ware's gruesome leg injury where he broke it in the Elite Eight against Duke. Had players running from the injury. It was that bad. And I just thinking about it makes me cringe. So we're going Kevin Ware at number 10, breaking his leg.
Dude, these pictures, the images of the bones sticking out of his leg and like everybody wanting to throw up on the sidelines haunts me to this day. And also that happened on Sunday, and that following Friday is when I broke my ankle. Oh, just an absolute awful thing. Very gross. I'm surprised that we have it this low, but yeah, number 10. Okay. Drew, number 9. What's number 9 on the list?
Yeah, number 9 is actually the most recent one here, Dak's ankle, the one that kicked us off on this topic. Sorry, Dakota.
Yeah.
God,
That's
you
my
guys
bad.
are all these show notes, and I'm still lost.
Hey, the notes say Dak, all right? So I don't know what you want from me here. I was looking up Kevin Ware's injury because, I mean, I am a glutton for punishment like that. Like, ooh, that's gnarly. Anyways, the thing that stands out to me with Dak's ankle is when I saw it and I saw the notification come across, I felt so bad for that guy because he bet on himself this year. He was playing out that long-term deal, and he was playing extremely well. I mean, I feel like he's still probably going to he'll probably get a 4-year deal, but dude was staring down the barrel of like a $200 million 5-year deal. Like, that is serious cash. And now he's going to have to fight to get something. And I just hope a speedy recovery for him. You could see the dude felt it on his face and he knew what was up. And, you know, your heart goes out to the guy, but that's why Dakota.
There you go. Good
Comes
call.
in.
I feel like we need some background music. Let me get some
This is
intense
Jera.
music.
What
We
about
need-
Jera's limp hand? Can we
That's
like,
not an
could that
injury,
be 9,
Scott. That's a
9
persistent condition.
Yeah, 9B for
You
old
know,
Jera.
I'm surprised they didn't cut to Jera and you see him just doing the Mr. Burns excellent as they were carting Dak off the field because he had to be the happiest dude in Texas.
Yeah, no, you think Mr. Burns excellent. I was thinking more of the white shoes Billy Johnson. Like, he spiked a football and was all types of excited. And then, hit us with but Dakota's still our future, blah, blah, blah. but he was already canceling any checks that he may have accidentally written.
Look, all I know is that Jarrah might have been saying excellent until he looked on the sideline and saw the red rocket.
Hell no, wait a second, hang on. Andy Dalton with an actual offensive line. Dallas is in great shape, fellas. You're about to find out that Andy Dalton is the truth. Andy Dalton is going to lead that team to the division title, guaranteed. And the NFC East, as we know, tough division to win in. So give my man some credit.
If he gets a division title, I'll start calling him the Red Rifle instead of the Red Rocket.
All right, fair enough. We're going to mark that down. We got it. All right, number 8 on the list, Jason Kendall's ankle. Some of you guys may not remember this one. I am never able to shake this image of Jason Kendall as he's running towards first base. He steps awkwardly before he gets to the base. He goes down, falls on his back, and as he's on his back, his ankle is just flopping side to side. It was the grossest thing that I had seen up to that point in my lifetime. I was young when this happened. I don't remember exactly the year, but I feel like I was kind of young on that one. But man, that one was so gross and affected me really bad. Actually, up until today, I thought he had broken it stepping on the base, but it was actually the step right before the base. So that one, awful to do that one. Scott, what do we have for number 7?
For number 7, we've got Bo Jackson's hip, which it wasn't very gruesome, but pretty much like Jason Kendall ended his career, and in Kendall's case, he at least got to play further, but Bo Jackson was pretty much done after that. But it also put a curse on Cincinnati sports, and it still lingers to this day. So we're going with Bo Jackson at number 7.
Can I reveal what my plan was that I had texted you about that I'm not able to follow through with because I'm poor?
Yeah, sure.
After the Reds got eliminated by the Braves, I wanted to go on Cameo and have Bo Jackson do a video that released the Cincinnati sports curse, but he charges $400 on Cameo, and I was like, yeah, I'll just deal with shitty teams all my life. It's fine. I whatever. My kids don't need good.
You know what you should do? Mike, every season, one of your teams doesn't win a championship, just put $10 away.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And then, 4 years, you'll have enough.
I was going to say next season. Great. That sounds perfect. Yeah. Drew, number 6. What's number 6 on the list?
Number 6 is Evander Holyfield's ear.
Oh.
I mean, that's, and again, it's not worse necessarily, in the pain or whatever, but it's just the gruesomeness of it. What would you do if someone bit off a part of your body? And again, not as a toddler. Toddlers bite, we get it. It is what it is. But as a grown person, someone bit a piece of your body off.
Well, imagine going into that match and boxers, you got to worry about cauliflower ear, that's a thing or whatever that could happen.
Or getting knocked the fuck out.
Right, yeah, going into that matchup and you're thinking, okay, here's the things I need to be cognizant of. Here's what I need to be aware of. At no point, if you made a 100-point list of things when you're fighting Mike Tyson that you might be worried about before this match, of course, not one of them would have been, he might bite my ear off. I might need to look out for that. So just imagine you're sitting there and all of a sudden, dude is biting your ear clean off.
Honestly, and I mean this in 100% seriousness, you would worry about getting dropped in on by Fan Man before you'd worry about getting your ear bit off.
Yes,
100%. 100%.
Yeah, there's no way anybody plans for that going into a fight. Also, Drew, you mentioned kids biting off, biting. My son will bite me, and he doesn't even break the skin, but I still want to punch him in his throat. So I can't imagine actually taking out a chunk of your body.
Hold on, back up. Are we not supposed to hit our kids in the throat when they bite us?
No, I mean you can. You just
it's not super hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm asking for a friend of mine. But I just
says the guy with 2 dogs and no children.
Fair enough.
All right, let's move on to number 5. Number 5 on the list. We're halfway home. Anderson Silva's leg. I don't know if you guys remember this fight, but Silva was fighting.
Mm-hmm.
He kicked the dude in the leg. He kicked him so hard that his leg snapped in half. He broke his fibula and his tibia at the same time. This was another one where the leg was just flopping for a second. Excruciating pain. I don't know how he ever got back into the octagon, but he did. Absolutely brutal injury.
Years too.
What's that?
He rehabbed for a while after that. I remember watching that live in the B-dubs too, man. And it was gonna be such a great fight. And dude cracks his leg. I don't know if it was like the second or the third round, but it was early. Cracks his leg. The entire restaurant goes, and it was just fucking silent for like 3 minutes in a BW3 on a Saturday night during a UFC fight night.
That's
it was
pretty
just
amazing.
Silent.
Also, shout out to Chase. Chase saying that Tyson just tried to make sure Holyfield would be more prone to COVID in the future by making it so he couldn't wear a mask.
Talk about the long con right there, right?
It's like there's gonna be a pandemic someday, and you're fucked. You're fucked, Evander.
I'm glad you did that voice. I was going to try it, but I was laughing. I was going to mess it up. So I'm really glad. Whew, that was good. That was good. All right, Scott, what do we got at number 4 here?
All right, we're getting close to the end here, so we gotta.
Now we're getting serious. There's been a lot of
Yeah.
people chiming in with excellent choices for these, and I don't want to address them because I don't want to ruin anything. So let's get to number 4 because there are some that we are going to hear here.
All right, number 4, we got Daniel LaRussa's leg injury. Still managed to win the All Valley tournament despite having the dirty sweep and that horrific injury that he suffered in Karate Kid. Everybody remembers that, and it's been brought to the forefront recently with Cobra Kai. Just a devastating injury that you never want to see, but you got to remember, sweep the leg.
Scott, I thought we were taking this seriously tonight. Like, I thought this was going to be a legit thing that we were like, okay, guys, here's the top 10. Like, I don't understand why you had to go with the fake movie injury at this point.
But did he not get injured? Is it not a sport?
I've hit
In
my
those
mark.
104 texts, we said sports injuries. We didn't say that they had to be real.
Fair enough. Drew, number 3. Go to number 3. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, number 3. Akil Mitchell's eye.
Oh, yeah. Somebody mentioned Vader in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
Vader getting his eye popped out.
Yeah, I want to see that too. But and again, this is another one where I look at the name Akil Mitchell. I'm like, wait, what? Why are we talking about this? And then I Google it, and I'm like, oh, right. I remember that dude. Can he see out both eyes now?
Yes, he was able to regain vision after a couple months.
That's what blows my fucking mind. Dude's eyeball was right here.
Dude, it
right here.
Popped his eyeball out.
Like how? And I guess you kind of do one of these, or like I don't know how, but he got his eyeball popped out, going up for a rebound, and his eyeball was just chilling right here. And the only reason it wasn't on the floor is because his nerve was stretched that far out.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting.
What? Like. I don't even know.
Crazy that he wasn't the only basketball player that this happened to in a Big East tournament
Apparently
game.
It's pretty common.
Well, in a Big East tournament game, there was a dude from Villanova that had it popped out, and he played the next week. Like, he got his vision back and played the next week.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like a shoulder falling out of a socket if you've done it before. It's like no big deal. You just slop the thing back in and go about your business.
Just plop that bad boy back in.
Just pop that eyeball.
Hold on, everybody. Got to put my eye back in.
Right. Like, and I've said my entire life, the one sense I don't want to lose is my sight. Because then, like, well, shit, I ain't even worth it anymore. I can't watch porn. I can't play Xbox. I can't watch Notre Dame lose. Like, then what am I living for? But dude's eyeball was just... And pun not intended, but can you imagine how this changed his perspective on the world? Like, seriously. Like, he gets a parking ticket. He's like, fuck it, man. My eye's been outside my face and I can still see. This is fine. Oh, Lord.
Well done, Drew. Well done. All right, number 2 on the list. Number 2.
I'm taking it serious. I'm putting in work.
This was one that that Tyson actually called for earlier. He might be a little upset that it's only number 2. Clint Malarchuk. Let's bring back the...
saying we got you reading hockey names. Even there is no off season for hockey reading.
Never an off season for hockey names, and that's why it's number 2 is only because I have the number 2 spot. So that's why this one's at number 2, so that I have to try to say Malarchuk. He got his throat slit on the ice. The dude got hit by a skate. His jugular vein was severed. It bled all over the ice. He almost bled to death. Absolutely disgusting injury. Like, and the worst part was the announcers. Like, I watched the clip of it. The announcer was like, "Oh no!" It's like, dude, that's the best you got. Like,
but this is one of those injuries that you wonder how it hasn't happened many a time before.
Right. Like
Well,
there's.
So Happy Gilmore wasn't the first person to stab someone in the, with a skate. It's happened, just it's been unintentional.
But the
jugular,
jugular,
I don't know that I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh, like there was one other one I found where somebody got their throat slit, but it wasn't their jugular vein getting cut. Zednik, thank you, Chase, for dropping in. Zednik is the other guy who got his throat slit on the ice. Just a. Why do we allow them to, like, hockey's messed up, man. Also, roast me in the comments. Malarchuk? Malarchuk.
I think you're close. I think it's Mellerchuk.
Malarchuk.
I was gonna say,
I'm going with
it was
Malarchuk.
Malarchuk from what I remembered when the call.
Well, I'm looking at Chase's comment, and the letters aren't in the order I thought they were, so I'm not really sure anymore. The other thing is, too, and I don't know if you said this part, Mike, but like hockey
That's generally
players,
how I feel about hockey names on the back of jerseys. I'm
Right,
like,
it's like-
look at that sequence of letters
Yeah,
there.
right.
That's something.
Yeah.
I would
need to
like
put that one
I
there,
would
did
like
ya?
to buy a vowel, Pat.
But yeah, so you also noticed that. What's up, kiddo? Peace out, Bean Sprout. Is that the good one? Is the one not in trouble?
Good is relative. It's the youngest one. We'll just say it's the youngest.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. But dude still had the strength, bravery, whatever, skate himself off the ice.
That's insane. Like holding your throat
Yeah.
in and skating off the ice. Okay, we've reached number one. Scott, you've already got me a little irritated. Don't fuck this up. We talked about what number one should be.
all right.
Please give me the number one top 10 sports injury in our power rankings list.
Well, this one happened on a golf course, so you know it was serious. But R.I.P. to Chubbs' hand. That's right,
God
Chubbs'
damn it,
hand
Scott.
comes up at number one. Damn alligator jumped up and bit his hand off.
Why are you like you are? Why are you the way that you are?
Why am I like what? It was
Dude,
a
we
serious
try to do
injury.
a
You said
serious thing.
Injuries on. You said get injuries.
We
That's
have a
funny.
Grammy Award winning rapper on the show last week, and we
Hold
were
on,
like,
hold on
"Hey
a
guys,
second,
let's
hold on a
do
second.
this for
You
real.
guys
Let's."
are cool with talking about a guy walking off in his own power after getting his throat slit, but a man gets his hand bit off, his whole fucking hand by an
Scott,
alligator, nonetheless.
We were
This
trying
is
to
up
be a
there.
legit show. We were trying to be legitimate for once in this entire 210
But what's
episodes.
not?
No, we were legit last week.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, oh wow, we had a Grammy Award
We had
winning
a streak.
rapper.
We
like,
had a
let's
winning
get.
streak.
We needed to make up for the fact that we got blown off by a guest.
He who shall not be named.
Chase said I was gonna say Booby Miles, which is also a very solid choice. He said I stopped with. He guessed the wrong movie.
Honorable mention, Booby Miles.
I was just gonna say, I feel like Booby's injury should get listed here. Like, can we do a couple of bonus ones?
We could do some bonus ones. Jason Street has to be on that list, right? I mean, Jason Street, he was on his way to Notre Dame and then tried to save the game
Yeah.
and laid it all out on the field.
Tyson with the good one. Plaxico Burress shooting himself in the leg.
JPP blowing his hand
with
off. That's got to
fireworks?
be on there.
Yeah,
That's got to be
no,
on the
those
list.
are horrific.
I can't
I
believe you
just want to point
ruined
out,
it.
though, that it was a serious injury because that changed the course of Chubbs, Adam Sandler, and the hot mom from Modern Family's life.
Shitty did say two legit ones with Alex Smith and Sean Livingston.
You mean
it had been a while since I had seen that or thought about the Sean Livingston
Whoa.
injury.
You mean
Christoph
Alex Smith?
dropping a cheers from Germany. Cheers to you, Christoph. Shout out, man. Watching all the way in Germany. This show's international, baby.
Damn. Why don't you have something better to do?
That's
Christoph?
why
But
we
made it.
Scott, this is why we were trying to be legit. We've got international
Yeah.
audiences, and you're over here fucking around naming
take it
off
serious.
Chubbs.
Chris Henry, get the fuck out of here.
Jesus.
And also, Daniel is not.
What?
Daniel's not a Bengals fan.
He's not a Bengals fan. You gotta hit that one with the too soon button.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Christoph says, I'm drunk tonight and I'll shave my head clean forever live on Facebook if somebody finds me on Facebook. All right, there you go, people. There's your challenge. Go look for Christoph on Facebook. If you add him, I want him to shave his head live on this show.
Wait, hold on. I'm on Facebook on the tab. How do you spell his last name? I don't know how to do Facebook.
Luke McCaffrey, that's a good one from Ed. Luke McCaffrey from the East Dillon Lions. That's a good sports injury.
It took me 10 minutes to find our own goddamn Facebook video.
Oh my God, Grandpa.
I know, right? Like, it's not in my notifications, so like, where the fuck is it?
You're getting on me for fucking up the segment and you don't even know where
I can't believe you went that route, Scott. I can't believe you, like, and you know what? I knew you were going that way. When you went Karate Kid at number 4, I was like, here we go. Here we go. Another week where we can't do anything legit, where it's all got to be jokes and fun, and you go and do that.
And this show has a brand. I've got a brand. I don't like to fuck with the brand.
Speaking of brands, let's give a shout out to Boss Man Brands. Let's give a shout out to Boss Man Brands. Whether you're rocking a crazy quarantine beard, that tight 5 o'clock shadow, or that baby face, our friends at Boss Man Brands can help you out. They got supplements to help your beard grow stronger and fuller, like beard oils, pomades, conditioners. They've got a 4-step process that will get your beard looking its absolute best. And even if you don't rock a beard and you need to shave your head live on our show because somebody found you on Facebook, they got razors and lotions to make sure your shave is buttery smooth. So head on over to craftbrewsports.com/beard. Use the code SPORTS at checkout to get 15% off your entire order. That's craftbrewsports.com/beard. All right, fellas. That was a good time. That was a good power rankings, fellas.
And I did not fuck it up.
No, Scott totally blew it. I'm very disappointed that Scott would do that and ruin what I thought was going to be a really good segment. Like, I was like, man, we got this. Like, this is going to be some good stuff. People are going to be impressed by the research that we put into it. But nah, Scott has to go.
Look, I'm all about the community engagement, and we get no better engagement than when we follow our formula. So go fuck yourselves. How about that?
We have a formula?
Shit.
Why aren't you sharing this with us?
I don't know what that formula is, bro. Fellas, it's time. It's getting cooler out, but I think we still can grill up some meat. So let's fire up that Hot Takes barbecue. This is the portion of the show where we find some tweets online and we go ahead and grill them up for you, let you know just how hot of a take that is. And we let you know whether or not we agree with it. So this first one comes from @Nixia_. Nick says Dak Prescott is going to end up on the Steelers when he gets cleared. #hot take. So Scott, let's give you this one on the scale from freezer meat all the way up to super well done. Where does this one rank on the hot take scale?
You said, Prescott's going to end up
there?
Dakota. Because I was sitting there thinking the minute I heard the news yesterday that Le'Veon Bell was dropped, I said, first $50 goes on the Patriots. Second $50, he ends up right back with the Steelers. and that whole saga and all that holding out for an entire year and all that ridiculousness, it's like it never happened. Because why? NFL. So I think that's a decently hot take. I'll tell you this. He's not staying on the Cowboys long term. His Cowboys days ended with that ankle. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any way he goes back to the Cowboys. I'm gonna give this a medium take. Because I don't want to say the Steelers for sure. Putting a team on it's pretty spicy, but I'm gonna give it a medium.
That's what I like about this take. That's why I'd put this at medium well, because you're going out on a limb and you're calling the team that he's going to. So I like that that gumption. I don't agree that it's the Steelers. Also, as a Bengals fan, I don't want him in the AFC North. I would rather not have to face Dakota, especially with the numbers he was putting up this year. So I don't want him in Pittsburgh. I'd rather Pittsburgh struggle with Mason Rudolph for the foreseeable future after Ben Roethlisberger rides off into the sunset. But yeah, I think it's a good take. Drew, you're wincing.
I appreciate it, Mike, but I think Dak also doesn't want to be in the AFC North because he doesn't have to work that hard to win. I think he's going to stick around the Cowboys for a minute. The NFC East is trash. Let's just admit that. Why leave that division where there's an easy path to the playoffs? Oh my God, FC scored again. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news there. Wow. All right. Well, that's shocking. I don't think he's going to leave the NFC East for at least 3 years. I think he'll sign a 5-year deal with his options for the last 2 or something crazy like that. He's still going to have leverage. Like, let's be honest. Like, he's going to be coming back from this, but I still think he's going to perform. And Dallas is what better option are they going to have?
That's what you think. You think he's going to have leverage, but the Red Rifle is going to step in and show that he can lead this team, and Jerry's going to be all in love with the Red Rifle.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, this is like a hamburger take, because I've decided I'm not going on the medium rare, whatever.
Cooked at the same, like
they are, but they're a lower quality than steak. Would you just give me a second here and listen, Scott? I have a sophisticated system in place.
Okay.
Since you're not sharing formulas, I'm not sharing my system, but the system is that steak is at the top end of the grill. Because sometimes you want it rare, sometimes you want it medium rare. Like, it's hard to say what the high-low is there.
And you never want it higher than that.
Hamburger is a little below steak, but it's still above a hot dog, if you will.
A little below steak? What? What are we talking
Fine, whatever, below steak. This guy over here nitpicking.
What world is ground beef just a tad below steak?
Just a touch
really
below.
Good ground beef, man. That's all I'm saying.
Drew over here.
You got hot dog.
Drew's like, I got that 85-15, baby.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, I love that stuff. Gotta have your fat in there, like YOLO, right?
Oh my God.
And then below hot dog, you have veggie burger.
Drew unintentionally made his own hot take. Ground beef being slightly lower than steak on the meat scale.
Ed is chiming in saying this is a medium take, and Chase saying, Ravens fan here, keep Dak out of Pittsburgh. If they descend to the bottom of the division forever, I'll be just fine with it. Agreed, man. AFC North forever. One thing we can all agree on. Fuck the Steelers. All right, next hot
Tonight,
take.
sir, we have the finest of ground beef. Our menu.
Dude, you can season the hell out of a ground beef too, man. You mix a little chorizo in there. Ooh.
Locally sourced from Kroger.
Yeah.
All right, next hot take. This one comes from at Bria Nee. Weird username here. Also, that Laker championship is LeBron's last. Hashtag hot take. Damn, coming in right off the jump here with a very hot take, in my opinion. I would say this one's pushing well done. Like, this one's been on the grill for a long time. This is the Burger King commercials where the fire is like flaming up on the grill, because to say this is LeBron's last championship, that's a ballsy move, man. Like, I understand the Warriors are going to get healthy. I understand that KD and Kyrie are coming out of the East next year. But to say, I guess it all depends on if AD resigns, right? If AD jumps ship and he leaves Los Angeles, there's a good chance that maybe this was LeBron's last. But I don't know, Scott, where do you think this one falls?
I'm with you, actually. That's hot. That's a super hot take. Like, I'm gonna give it well done, because to say that in the NBA somebody isn't just gonna hang around and just collect rings, this is what they do. I mean, Robert Horry got 9 just being around the league and just being on teams that won. Like, LeBron's gonna find himself on more championship teams. He's been to the finals a billion years in a row. Like, accidentally. Like, I don't know how many more rings he's gonna siphon off, but I mean, if you wanted to say a little bit more specific take, it'd be like, this will be the last one where he's like the focal point,
the centerpiece.
He's the for sure MVP. Like, that would be more like, oh, okay, yeah, that's not take, but yeah, it's a hot ass take. He's not gonna get another ring the rest of his career.
Are we talking golf next? Because y'all have put me to sleep over here. Like, this is a hot dog take at best. Like, it's such one of those, like, catchy things to talk about. It's a fucking topic. Great. Let's debate about this forever, because everyone's right until it gets there. Like, LeBron could play another 10 years in the league. He could pop his Achilles next year and just say, you know what? I'm calling it quits. Like, I could see LeBron walking away early because he's got other stuff to do and he doesn't want to sit around and hang out and just try to chase rings. Like, he wants to play with his son, and then he's like, no, now I'm good to just chill. Like, big fucking, like, congratulations, Brian E., or whatever the hell your name is. This is not a hot take at all. This is the cheapest, this is a Stephen A. take.
Well,
Ooh,
Ed might agree with you. Ed's saying it's medium rare because there are plenty of players in the NBA that will still be able to carry LeBron to a championship. And then Biscuit saying, people have been saying that LaFraud wasn't going to win another one for a long time. This take is raw meat. Also, Christoph popped in on the Facebook chat, so if you guys want to go at him on Facebook, and then we'll get him on next week to shave his head live on the show. Like that, I feel like we got to do that, right? He pulled it out there.
I was gonna say I can't. The whole Facebook YouTube thing was making it
feel
hard
like
to find
at
the
this point,
spelling,
Christoph
but-
just he just wants to shave his head. He's looking for an excuse to shave his head because otherwise he wouldn't have switched to Facebook and like made it easy for anybody to find him.
I will say that tells us something good though, that if you find us on YouTube, you can also find us on Facebook within like one segment.
As long
So
as
that's
you're
not the reason
one
that
looking.
anyone's not watching. Well, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Facebook's
All right.
hard, man.
Let's get to the next take. Here's the LeBron hate strong in the comment section. It really is, Chase. It always is. LeBron is that guy that will never be able to do enough for some people. I'm not going to weigh in on whether or not I think he's the greatest of all time. I just think he does not get the respect that he should get. How about that for a hot take? He doesn't get...
LeBron?
Yeah, LeBron doesn't get the respect he deserves.
From who? You know what? LeBron haters.
It's from two different groups of people. It's from the MJ nut huggers and from the Kobe nut huggers. Both of those people combine to downplay anything that LeBron does. So he
Look,
doesn't.
I am never teaming up with anything that the Kobe nut huggers are on. So as a president and certified gold club member of the Jordan Nut Hugger Club, I can safely say that I've never really had a problem with LeBron. The only issue I've ever had in LeBron with his career was how he left Cleveland the first time, and after the first year when he lost to Dallas, got over that. And then when he joined the Lakers, because, just fuck the Lakers in general. But other than that, like, I've never had a problem with LeBron. LeBron is the most amazing player of our full lifetimes. So, yeah.
Damn. Clip that. That's going to be our drop next time.
Weren't you? Whatever.
No, I never. Like, everybody thinks I've been anti-LeBron, but I'm pro Jordan,
that's
anti-Kobe.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how I was like. When you say full lifetimes, isn't Jordan included in that?
Well, yeah, okay. So, but I mean, I'm saying our full lifetimes when we were cognizant and saw
Able to
pretty much every game
understand
of their
what was-
career.
yeah.
I mean, Jordan went into the NBA in '85. I was born in '85.
Hey,
so
speaking of which, we'll be gonna play that NBA Jam game.
yeah, I'm ready to
You
whoop your
guys
ass
got
anytime.
You guys got to fire that up.
I mean, right? We gotta track that down.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen on a Tuesday, because here's your next hot take. This one comes from R Flores
dare you.
91.
How dare you?
R Flores 91 says #hot take Tuesday NFL games should be a thing every week.
Yes, I'm in. I'm fucking in on this. I was just thinking about that earlier today. So I'm keeping an eye on the Sun Belt game over here because I got money on the under. If there's going to be football every day of the week after all this pandemic, at least something good came out of this tragedy for our globe. Like, why not play on Tuesday? Figure it out. Like, they're already pissed when they're playing Mondays. Like, what's one more day if you're like, think about this. What if you go Thursday night game, Tuesday night game, bye week? Like, doesn't
Not
that
bad.
get you a little bit more rest? You're going to, like, if you're early in the season, you play Sunday, and then you play Tuesday, you play Sunday, then you play Thursday. That's a shitty situation. But then after that Thursday, you play a Tuesday, then you have a bye weekend. You can really lengthen that stretch off to recover.
That's not bad.
I'm
It's
for it, man.
not
Let's
it's
fucking
not
do it.
terrible.
Let's go. I have money to lose.
So Drew is all in on this take. Scott, are you all in on this take?
I don't care when the NFL plays. I really don't. I play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Are the Niners playing? And then I don't give a shit. Like, I stopped watching I stopped watching NFL games that are like, I still like the NFL. I don't love the NFL. So it's, I like, if games are on, cool. But yeah, if the Niners aren't playing, I don't give a shit what day it is and who they're playing.
Fair enough. I don't necessarily like this one a whole lot. It's fine. Tuesday night, I think this... We complain about how shitty Thursday night football is, right? Like, the product itself is garbage. So I can't imagine that, like, it's cool now because it's Tuesday and they're shuffling and rearranging and doing whatever they can. But I just feel like down the road, it'll just be another shitty game that they throw on the schedule just to take up dollars and get that marketing money. So right now it's a great idea, but I think in the future we would look at that and be like, God, get rid of these Tuesday games. Like, people are already saying get rid of Thursday night games, right?
There's
So why
already
would we add
scheduling
another day?
nightmares.
No.
because of
The
Thursday games.
reason Thursday sucks is because there's such a shortened time to prep. That's the problem with Thursday. If
I
you go
understand
later, and then you back it with that bye week or something like.
Well, but that's the thing. You have to back it with the bye week because, like, right now the Bills or the Titans have that game last night. They play Tuesday night and then they play on Sunday. So it's the same difference as playing Sunday and Thursday,
maybe
right?
He shouldn't gotten COVID. I mean, fuck, Mike. Seriously.
I mean, I'm not. The Bills would have been in the same position, but they at least took pity on the Bills and they were like, "Fine, you can play Monday at 5 p.m." Like they shifted that game at least.
But that's the other question. Like, why does everyone need to play on Sunday? If the key is getting 6 days rest, why can't we figure out a way to kind of make that slide around a little bit to maximize our television time?
I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point. But it would take an overhaul, and I also don't know. The NFL already dominates my news feed, anyways. I don't know if I need an extra day of games thrown in there as well for the domination.
I still don't think it would change much.
That's a good point.
On Tuesday with NFL news.
That's a good point.
There's actually a game to talk about. That's better.
Right. Let's go to @IsaacStruck, who says, regardless of the outcome, Justin Herbert outplayed Breeze tonight and is going to be a star. Chargers got an absolute steal in the draft at 6. I think Herbert has a better chance of a longer, more successful career than the 2 quarterbacks picked before him. #hot take. Back up, guys. I got this. Fuck this guy for this take.
Joe Burrow, right?
Joe Burrow. You're going to say that Justin Herbert is better than Joe Burrow? He's going to have a longer, more successful career than Joe Burrow? Get the fuck out of here @IsaacStruck. I am so upset with you for saying this. Also, I find it weird that people are talking all this shit about Tua and he hasn't even taken a snap yet. Like, that's the other thing to think about, as all these people are claiming that Herbert was such a steal and maybe the Dolphins should have gotten Herbert instead of Tua. Tua hasn't played yet. He hasn't had to play. He's actually in a better position because he's able to learn the game sitting on the bench. That's what they say you're supposed to do with your new quarterback. Tua is probably in the best position. And also, let's not act like Herbert would even be playing if it wasn't for the Chargers doctor being a dumbass and stabbing Tyrod Taylor. Like, Herbert lucked into this, and yes, he has been playing great. He has been doing fantastic. But to say that he is going to have a better career than Joe Burrow, kindly fuck off @IsaacStruck.
So for one, how do you know he lucked into this as opposed to didn't just have a well-placed $100 bill?
Good point. That's a fair point. That's
For
a fair
two,
point. Conspiracy
I hate
theory.
to break it to you, Mike, but unless Joe Burrow leaves the Bengals, his career is going to be shit because he's going to die in 3 years without O-line, right? And 3, I could see Tua also having a short career because the guy's been a little bit banged up in college, and he's had, 2 ankle surgeries and now a hip surgery while he's there, and he hasn't even gotten to the league yet. So I could see it happening. I was going to say this was freezer meat up until that last sentence, though, because I do think that he could be a star. I do think he was a steal in the draft at 6 in a sense because, I don't know. Actually, man, 6, never mind. That's actually a dumb take, too. So, I don't know. This guy's like...
I don't think he knows how the draft works because you can't really be a steal if you're taking
like steal at 6. First round, first top 10. Like when I was reading this, I was like,
not
wow,
a steal.
If he was in the 6th round, that'd be different. Or if he was the 6th quarterback overall, that'd be different.
Right.
But steal at 6, okay, never mind.
Scott, where are you falling on this take?
I'm going medium rare. I will say that I do like Justin a lot, so much that I had drafted. I have him in my dynasty league. I had faith in him. I do think that he went a little low. I think it's weird that usually all the quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3 if they're expected to go in that first round. So I guess in that sense it's a steal. But yeah, he's got his fucking definitions of steal all wrong. But I do think that Burrow and Tua are going to be just fine too. Like I actually think we're looking at a pretty decent quarterback class reminiscent of that 04 one where like between these 3, their success is all going to be measured. And Ben, Eli, and Rivers all had the career. Now, if you want to slot each one into those roles, Rivers ends up being Burrow because they never win big games, but they'll put up a lot of numbers and they'll have a pretty decent career. I think
They'll
that
still be the
Herbert,
Bengals, and as you could say, Joe Burrow's been Bengalized.
yeah, I think that Herbert will be Ben, and that he'll actually win a couple of rings or whatever, and they'll be like legit where he was doing good things, and then Tua will be Manning where he kind of just lucks into some rings because he's got a really good team around him, but. Yeah,
But
I
he
mean,
can make the big
think all
play.
three-
He'll make the 3 big plays in the game for you.
Yeah, somebody will hold the ball against their helmet. And some moment.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, he put that ball right there in that spot.
I
for him to do
gotta
that,
I
Scott.
gotta catch up on the chat here for a minute because Biscuit said, to be fair, Tuesday games would be better than games from London. No one cares
Yes.
about England. We fought a war to get away from them.
Yep.
And Dan pointing out Burrow is dead in Cincinnati. They haven't won a playoff game since we were all in diapers. Biscuit saying he would have a better NFL career than Joe Burrow.
I just want to give an update on this beer. I just poured something darker than me into this cup.
Ooh.
That's
I will
concerning.
say, I finished mine off here, and there was definitely sediment at the bottom, as you'll get with.
I
the
mean,
slushy.
it's sours.
But
That's
it
gonna
really
happen.
just made me feel like I got my serving of fruit for the day. So like,
There you
that's
go.
cool.
Chew it up.
Yeah, right. It's healthy.
All
It's
right,
good for you.
last hot take that we got for you guys tonight. Buckle up, everybody, because this one, I'll tell you right now, this is a hot ass take. This is from @Lindsay_Logan. Tacos are overrated, and I don't like them
Fuck
very
this
much.
bitch.
Shrug
Ban
emoji.
her. Ban her. Get her the fuck out of here. You better be so goddamn gorgeous, woman, because otherwise this world has no use for you. Tacos are overrated.
It's a hot take. It's a hot take, right? That's a very hot take. I disagree wholeheartedly.
Get the fuck out of here.
Good. Sorry, Greg just popped in. I'm just here to see if Mike has taken a shot of Hypno and Cheese Whiz.
Oh, no,
that
not
is
yet,
coming
but
up
it is
next
on deck.
segment. We are doing that next, Greg. I will pay up my bet here next. So tacos are overrated, and I don't like them very much. Drew has a visceral reaction to this one. Scott, how are you feeling about this take?
I think this is a very hot take. I'm putting it up there at well done. I don't agree with the take, but it's a weird, it's something. If you're gonna put it out there, that's a spicy take. When I was a kid, though, I will say I did think tacos were a little overrated. I was not a huge fan of tacos as a child, but as I grew up, oh yeah, then I corrected the error of my ways and got on board.
I gotta ask, Scott, what'd you feel about burritos as a kid?
I mean, I put them all in the same family. I mean,
All right.
anything
I
that's
just,
was rolled
like-
with a tortilla or crunchy shells. All
I just remember as a kid really hating hard tacos because they're like, these motherfuckers always break.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
I
was
can't
gonna say
get them
that-
in my mouth. Like,
and
this sucks.
that was I think the crux of it was as a child you take that first bite and the whole thing's split and I'm
Right.
like, tacos
I'm
suck.
like, man, fuck this, man. What kind of taco is this?
When you
bullshit?
guys do hard tacos, how do you, if you're doing them at home, like what's the order that you put everything in the taco? You go meat at the bottom, right?
meat, sauce, cheese, lettuce, tomato.
Wow. You go tomato at the top. See,
Yes,
I always
sir.
go cheese at the top. I go meat, pico, lettuce, cheese, sour cream.
I like that cheese to stick, so I always put it right there with that meat. I don't
See,
want
that's
the
why I
cheese
don't.
falling
You
off.
don't want it down at the bottom. It's
the
gonna
reason I
melt.
put the tomatoes at the top is because if they fall off, it's
That's a
I
good
don't
point.
care.
That's
That's why I put the tomatoes at the top.
Look, I've never worked at Chipotle or Subway, but I consider myself a taco artist. So I never make the tacos the same way twice because, man, I'm always working with different ingredients and I'm just spicing it up, mixing it up. But I will say what I do is I go soft taco shell, then either queso, melted cheese, refried beans, then the hard taco shell, then whatever my alcohol-addled mind puts in the middle of the taco.
See, Bill knows what's up. The cheese right next to the meat because it semi-melts. Bill usually hates me. I'm sure I'll still get a fuck off or fuck you, but that's the correct take. You got to melt that cheese and make sure it stays on there.
But see, sometimes that's why I go cheese on the bottom, meat on top of the cheese to get it to melt. Other times I'll go meat below.
Why you go
and
cheese
then,
at the
like,
bottom? Cheese at the bottom sounds bananas, man.
Meat's
Although,
gotta be at
I'm
the
just
top.
saying,
What if you do
if you're
this?
Going, if you're
What if
going
you do
shredded
this?
cheese, put it down there.
Hang
That's
on.
where all the heat's gonna
Hang
sort
on.
of like centralize.
cheese along both sides of your taco, melt it in the microwave, and then put your ingredients in. So you got melted cheese along both sides of your taco shell.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Sometimes I go cheese it all in the taco shell because the cheese is between the taco shell and the soft taco shell.
Look, here's the bottom line. The bottom line on this one is that this chick has no idea what she's talking about. Tacos are not overrated. This is a horrible take.
What if I just Uber eat some Taco Bell right now during the show? Is that cool?
I could go for a cheesy gordita.
Bro.
Like, I mean, right?
Get
Mexican
that-
pizza.
Give me a couple of Mexican pizzas. I'm down there.
know.
What are you
man,
up to right now, Scott? How many are you up to?
I'm still at. I haven't eaten any. Like the last update I gave you guys, I was either 8 or 10. I'd have to check the group chat.
Slowing down.
Yeah. Well, that's why that number 12 it was a little high.
Biscuit saying cheese, meat, sauce, onions, cheese sauce. Biscuit saying cheese at the bottom. Or I'm sorry, that's Bill. Cheese at the bottom. It's the glue for the other toppings.
Well, see, yeah. Chalupa. Oh, I do love a good chalupa too, man. Those are my jam.
Chalupas aren't bad.
See, the key. I think what we're talking about here in general, though, is temperature-wise, you go hot to cold and put the cold shit on the top.
That's fair.
Like, we can kind of all agree on that part.
I can
right?
get behind that. I'm okay with that. I think that's a fair.
Like, you don't want to bury that lettuce down in the middle of the taco.
Yeah, all right. I could get behind that. I just got to mess around with my. Although let's face it, I only do soft tacos when we do taco night.
Well,
at the
right,
house.
yeah,
It's only
exactly.
soft taco because it's just so much nicer to deal with. Let's take a minute and give a shout out to our friends at More Labs. Get 20% off at morelabs.com just using the code SPORTS. Look, we're all stuck inside. We got crazy stuff going on. Life is crazy right now. Head on over to More Labs. They will help you get out of bed and deal with your life. All you got to do is drink one bottle of morning recovery while you're partying. You bounce back quickly the next morning, guaranteed, or your money back. All you got to do is just go to morelabs.com, use the code SPORTS at checkout for 20% off your non-subscription purchase. That's morelabs.com. Use the code SPORTS. Where's my drop? Thank you, Joe. Little late on that one, Joe. You're a little late.
Get it together, man. Get it together.
You know, I just wish.
I'll tell you
Joe
that.
would-
Now I'm halfway through that new pack of More Labs, the new flavor, and
the lemon ginger.
I think it's better than the original. I do. I mean, it does the same job, but I like that lemon.
The flavor's
ginger
a little bit
more.
better. All right. I mean,
I don't know.
I can dig it, man. I can dig it. I'm looking forward to trying it. They're supposed to be sending me a bottle here soon, so I'm gonna give it.
To be fair, I'm drunk when I take these things too, so what I really know.
All right, it is time to lock in our picks. We are going to revisit our picks from last week.
Oh God.
I am also going to pay up on a bet that I made with Greg from Sports Dance a couple weeks back when the Bengals played the Eagles. I'm a little delayed on it, so I will pay up on that during this segment. But let's talk about our picks from last week because it was a.
Sorry, did you see Bill's comment? Is this shit the male equivalent of essential oils? Are you all boss bitches?
Good question.
And it's a fair question. No, we're not boss bitches. We're just dudes who like to not be hungover.
Speak
and
for
just try to
yourself,
spread
bro.
the
I'm a
good
boss
word.
bitch, and I'm looking for 3 more boss bitches to join my crew. So shoot me a
alrighty
DM.
Get at my IG, look me up on the story.
Oh shit, that's fantastic. All right, let's talk about last week's games. Let me find the rankings here because we got a comment from Matt in the group. He had posted after the drubbing that we all took. He thanked us for a great interview, said what a great job we did, and then pointed out that all of us lost. So here's where we stand as of right now. I am still in the lead at 2-3-1. Drew second place at 2-4. Scott
Bullshit.
bringing up the rear at 1-4-1. And man,
I hate the fucking spread. I hate over-unders. Fuck all this shit.
can we start? Let's start with Scott's because that may have
God.
been the worst
same
beat.
we call happening every damn week happens with my game. Every single week. It's like, yeah, but this is probably going to happen. And then it does.
Scott had Texas versus Oklahoma in the Red River shootout, which, by the way, they call it the Red River Showdown now, which is bullshit
So
and
fucking
watered
stupid.
down dumbass stuff. But Scott took the under at 72.5. I texted Scott with 5 minutes to go in the game. 5 minutes to go in the game. It was not even close to being able to hit the over in that game. I was like, I want to say it was something like 35-17 with 5 minutes. I was like, there is no way that they're going to hit this over. It's going to end like 35-31. He's fine. I was like, congrats on your second win of the season. Then I get a text from my brother who's like, "Are you watching this Oklahoma game?" I was like, "Nah, that ended like an hour ago." He's like, "No, they're in their 4th overtime right now." So after 4 overtimes, hit the way over on that one. Oklahoma won that game 53-45. Scott, how pissed were you after I congratulated you and then that happened?
It was some old Mike Burline voodoo bullshit. But again, as predicted, whatever we say is going to happen when we pick these games is exactly what's happened. I mean, I called picking Auburn and then saying, no, but I'm going to pick UK for my wife and they'll probably come back to bit me. Then I it'll probably be a billion to a billion in the first half of that Cowboys Browns game. It was. And then this, I'd be like, they're probably going to go into they're going to do a shootout even though they can't score. And then it goes into 12 overtimes. Like, fuck me. Whatever we pick this week, I'm just going to go on ahead and lay it out how it's going to happen so that I can just be wrong again.
Fair enough. Drew also took the under in the Alabama Ole Miss game. He took the under at 71.5.
Oh shit, that's the one I bet on.
Yep, and boy, did those SEC defenses are not showing up at all this year. Lane proved that he can put up some points against a team like Bama. He also proved that he's going to give up a shitload of points to a team like Bama. Bama won that game 63-48.
I hear Bama doesn't have defense against Corona either.
Dude, I got to be honest, that's going to be interesting because that's a big game this weekend. You got Georgia, Bama, and Saban's going to – are they canceling the game?
I thought they postponed it.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they postponed it?
Yeah, they postponed that, and then LSU, Florida, I think both got postponed.
Yep.
Well, I knew LSU, Florida got postponed. I knew Ole Miss got hit.
The minute they heard their moneymaker was out, they're like, postpone that game.
Well, and that's the crazy thing. It was Saban. Like, the kids, I haven't even heard of any kids testing positive on Alabama. I've just heard of Saban and the AD.
Wait, bro, are you serious?
Yeah, I don't pay attention.
Oh, no, sorry, I lied. Ole Miss had a bunch of people test positive.
Yeah.
Ole Miss had 15 players and 3 walk-ons. Which
Right.
I'm surprised they reported the walk-ons. Like, I can't believe they're actually testing walk-ons.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, I didn't think Bama has been postponed yet.
Oh shit, no, I don't think it is because ESPN just ran a commercial for game day in Tuscaloosa.
That's what I'm saying. It was just Saban. It's just I don't think any
and
players
his ass
have
was
tested
doing
positive.
interviews today from his office too.
I mean, eventually these kids are going to test positive because Saban ain't walking around in a mask during those, but. Yeah, that's absolutely.
I don't know. I could see him doing because he's like, I ain't fucking doing anything to not win a title this year. You boys better follow the system or whatever what do they call it in Alabama?
Who knows? A joke. I also lost my game. I took the over in the Clemson-Miami game, and I was probably the closest in that one. Clemson scored. Miami was going down. They had an INT. Clemson had an interception as time was running out. And then they tried to put one in with the backups, and I was like, cool, they're going to do it. And they didn't go for the throat. They didn't take a timeout. They weren't able to punch it in. Clemson wins, but it was 42-17, so I was just shy of the 61.5 over. So 3 losses this week, a brutal week here on Craft Brewed Sports. Let's see what we can do this coming week. So, Drew, why don't you go first? Pick number 1, 2, or 3.
I'll take the place I should probably be in right now, and I'll pick the 3rd.
The 3rd. All right. Let's see if Drew has learned from any previous mistakes that he has made on this show.
I'll take Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, that's a good bet.
What's my game?
You have Kansas City -3 at Buffalo. Both teams coming off a loss for this Monday evening battle at 5 p.m. The Raiders, they may have just laid down the blueprint on how to beat Patty. Also, we don't know if Josh Norman has recovered from getting stiff-armed to death. That's a questionable injury.
No.
So which team is going to have their better bounce-back game here? Are you taking Kansas City, giving the 3 points?
3 points?
3 points.
Or 3.5?
3.
Perfect. Even better. I will take Patrick Mahomes.
Smart man. Drew has learned from his mistakes. Previously in the season, he bet against Mahomes when he was getting points like a big dummy and lost big time on that one. Scott, number 1 or 2?
I've been taking all the number 2s this year, so let's go on ahead with number 2.
Scott, this may be the best pick you have ever made because the game might not happen. Georgia at Alabama. Alabama -6 going into this one. This is the final week of college football before the Big Ten starts back up. We got 2 top 4 teams from the SEC battling it out. Georgia 2-1 against the spread during this season. Bama only 1-2 against the spread. Bama again 6-point favorites in this game. Who you got?
We're just picking straight up, not against the spread.
No,
not against any
-6.
bullshit?
-6.
Oh, the -6. Okay, so we're not doing over under crap.
Nope, we're doing games. Yeah, we switch it up because I'm trying to. We all lost last week, so it was time to switch.
Okay,
tactics.
all right. Well, I'm going Bama -6.
Bama, you take Bama to cover. So far, both favorites have been picked. Drew is taking Kansas City -3.
But I'm taking the heavy favor actually in this one. Rona.
There you go.
So wait. So Scott, you're taking Bama because I got him at -4 right here.
Well, he got him at -6.
At -4.
Nope, you got him at -6 when I pulled the lines. Nope, that's what happens. That leaves me with a big time AFC North battle. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh 3.5-point favorites. Baker and the Browns actually looking solid? Question mark. But the Steelers back to their old ways now that they don't have to deal with having Mason Rudolph at quarterback. We got Myles Garrett coming back in, swinging helmets in this one. This is a tough one for me to pick. I think I'm going to go with Pittsburgh to cover the 3.5. I don't feel great about it, but I do think that's probably the best. I think that's the best bet for me in this case. It's at Pittsburgh. Cleveland's feeling cocky right now, and they're due to have a big-time letdown and really disappoint their fans. Also, I really don't want to hear Cleveland fans if they do win this game because all we're going to hear about is Cleveland going to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh -3.5 in this one. Biscuit saying Believeland. Bill asking which part of the show is where we pay penalties, where someone has to have darts thrown at balloons they hold in their ass cheeks. I tune in for the humiliation. Glad you tuned in.
Not gonna lie,
right
Bill,
now,
I would be down for some of that because I was thinking about that with the new setup here. I could actually throw a dartboard up or something and get another camera because I got space and we could do that while Joe still works the board.
Yeah, once Joe works the board. Joe, you good with that? All right, good chime in, Joe. All right, Joe wants to see a punishment, so let's do a punishment. 2 weeks ago, I bet, and I'll switch to a single camera for you guys to see this one. I bet Greg from Sports Stance on the Cincinnati-Philadelphia game. It ended in a tie. Now, the terms of the bet were whoever lost had to do a shot of Hypno, a shot of Jaeger, and a Cheese Whiz Chaser. Since both teams were god-awful in that one, we decided we were going to split them. So I'm doing the Hypno and a Cheese Whiz. Greg has already graciously put out his video where he did a shot of Jaeger and did a Cheese Whiz Chaser. The other part of it is we're supposed to talk bad about our team. And I feel like I don't know what I can talk bad about Cincinnati that hasn't already been said. Outside of Joe Burrow, the entire franchise should burn to the ground. The offensive line is complete dog shit. AJ Green completely quit on a play last week where Burrow sailed one over his head, and then he went lead blocker for the dude that intercepted it, and then said on the sidelines, he got caught on the sidelines saying, "Trade me." So arguably your best weapon on offense is asking to be traded on the sideline in a game. You have zero help for Joe Burrow outside of one game from Joe Mixon. You have a defense that looks like shit most of the time. They were excited because they didn't give up a shitload to Lamar Jackson. Like that was their barometer was, well, he didn't torch us for 60, so we must be getting better. Just a dog shit, dog and pony show that they're running in Cincinnati. Mike Brown is the worst goddamn owner in sports. I hate everything about him. I wish he would just kick the bucket, but then God knows his daughter's going to take over and she's going to do the same bullshit that he's doing now. This franchise will never be good. Joe Burrow is going to be wasted in Cincinnati. He is a winner that will never win. And it is heart for me to say that. I'm very disappointed. So here's to Joe Burrow wasting away in Cincinnati. I'm going to do a shot of Hypno followed by Cheese Whiz Chaser. And Greg pointed out it's been quite a few days since I've done this, since I haven't done the video. To pay up for that, Drew gave me a Cheese Whiz. I don't know if you guys can see this. This one expired in April of 2019. So I'm doing this with an expired Cheese Whiz as well. God, this is disgusting. So cheers to the Bengals being terrible. Cheers to the Eagles being just as terrible.
But at least the Eagles have 04. 04? Or was it 14?
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
I don't know, but was it the Cheese Whiz? Was it bad?
Yeah, that Cheese Whiz was not good.
That's bad Cheese Whiz?
That was a bad idea.
So Cheese Whiz goes bad?
It just, that was disgusting.
I'm going to need to know if that is bad, because if that Cheese Whiz ain't bad, I think I want it back. It looked delicious squirting in your mouth.
We're going to find out if it's bad here in about 15 minutes. If I'm shitting my brains out after the show, I'll let you know.
Well, so speaking of shitting your brains out, what was your pick again so I can get the bet slip updated here?
I took Pittsburgh -3.5.
Yeah, you look really uncomfortable.
That was gross. Scott,
so let me
didn't
go
you
ahead
have to do a
and
Cheese Whiz punishment last year, Scott?
That cheese was punishment. I did have to do shots of the cans of cheese. I don't think I had to chase it with anything. It was just taking shots. That was, but it was like every time I took a drink, took a drink of beer, I had to take
that's what it was. You had to wash it.
It was the Cheese Whiz chaser, yeah. But I just, took really big gulps of the beer and only had to do like 4 shots. So, but it wasn't really that bad.
I kind of want some Cheese Whiz now.
I got some for you if you want it.
Cheese Whiz is gross.
So we're down to $6.33 in our show betting account here to follow these picks. And I was going to ask, do you guys want to YOLO the 33 cents we have left over on a teaser for this week? Because that 33 cents will win us 49 back.
Yes.
Let's do it. So that means we'll get the Kansas City Chiefs -3.5. Wait, that's not right. How's that the teaser?
You figure that out. I'm going to try not to throw up.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're hurting, bro.
Here's our recap of the picks. I got the Steelers -3.5 against Cleveland. Scott taking Alabama -6 against Georgia, but he's parlaying that and saying COVID will be the real winner in that one. And Drew has Kansas City -3 at Buffalo. Lock them in. Those are our picks. If you are keeping track at home, bet the opposite, and you will likely do pretty damn well this weekend.
There's a 100% chance if you bet the opposite of me, you're gold.
All right, let's get into. We're gonna do this. I'm good.
You can do it.
I'm good. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this show.
We'll get through this. This too shall pass.
If I yak in here, my wife is gonna be so upset.
Will she ever know, to be honest, unless you tell her?
Yeah, I mean, eventually it's going to start smelling because I'm not going to clean it up.
Well, that's fair.
Thank you, Greg. He says, Jaeger and Cheese Whiz was not good, so I understand the trying not to upchuck. That's it. I just need to get through. I feel the heat in my face right now, and I just need to get through that initial feeling. Let's talk about hills we want to die on because we're running a little low on time here. This is a new segment we wanted to do here. Hills that we are willing to die on. So, Scott, I'm going to go to you first. What is a hill that you are willing to die on? We're going to do 2 each.
Batman is not a superhero. He is a rich guy with a lot of resources and gadgets. But in order to be a superhero, you have to have superpowers. He's a hero, yes. He's a vigilante and all that. He checks all those boxes. But the superhero box, he is not checking because the man does not have superpowers. Any rich white guy could be Batman.
So with that being said, using your logic that you just have to have superpowers and you can't just be a rich guy.
That means Iron Man is not a superhero. I know where you're going.
Damn, he got it. Oh,
and I'm actually absolutely fine with it.
Wow, I'm surprised, man.
Iron Man is not my top hero, so that doesn't hurt me one bit.
Tyson saying hills he's willing to die on. Kate Upton's. Drew.
Yes, love that.
Tyson with the walk off at the beginning of the segment.
Yeah.
Drew.
I don't know. There's nowhere. There's nowhere to go from here.
Justin Verlander is too.
Yeah, right. Do you really think he was out this season, or just one more time with her hills?
Remember those pictures he took in the locker room when he was naked?
Yeah.
That's how you know he's willing to die on those Skate Up to the Hills. That dude couldn't have been happier. Oh man, those are great photos.
Drew, what's a hill you're willing to die on?
Sports game blackouts are fucking stupid. Like, can we just get over this shit already? I mean, for Christ's sake, especially today in COVID, Why in the fuck is the FC Cincinnati game blacked out? I live here, but there's no fans allowed at the stadium. Literally, there's no way to watch the motherfucking game unless you have an old school broke ass antenna. Because there's blackouts. Media blackouts are the dumbest motherfucking thing in this planet. They need to figure it out because that's where your revenue is going to come from. And don't tell me to work extra hard to watch my team lose. Unforgivable.
I don't know too many people who would fight you on that hill. I think most sports fans would agree. It's not. That's like a little bump in the road that you're willing to die on. I think.
I mean, maybe, but if someone at all tries to argue otherwise with me, I will stab them. So like I'm that violently passionate about it.
Fair enough. All right, I'm gonna go with this one as my first hill that I'm willing to die on. I don't have any problem with the team tanking. I think that is a legit strategy that you should utilize if you evaluate your team at the beginning of the season and you're like, we are not very good. We're not going to be very good. There's no sense winning meaningless games knowing that you aren't going to really do much except hurt the future of the franchise. So especially as a Cincinnati Bengals fan right now, lose every game and just get a better draft pick. Tanking with the way the current rules are set up, tanking should be a strategy that is utilized by more teams going forward. Scott, what's a hill you're willing to die on?
Chicago-style pizza is the best style of pizza.
What? Oh, shit.
Come at me, motherfuckers. Come at me.
I got to hear that. Hang on. Why would you say that Chicago-style pizza is the best style?
Drink responsibly.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. It does help you drink responsibly though, because it really gets a rock in your belly.
I mean, that's
it gives you a solid. It gives you a solid base.
It gets you full without having to eat like 12 pieces, because I can get full off of like 2 and I'm out. But all this nonsense about people calling it lasagna can suck my dick. It's the best style of pizza, and I won't hear anything of it.
Lasagna doesn't have a nice crispy little crust on the outside.
You got damn right.
That is it's a freezer meat take you got going on there, man. That's a freezer meat take.
Excuse me, bullshit. That's not the segment we're doing. It's hills I'm willing to die
right.
on.
Yes. That is
you
a
can
hill.
stand
You're right.
at the bottom of the hill.
Well, I'm watching you die up there alone because nobody else except for people in Chicago agree with you.
Well, Chris agrees with me, and I'm guaranteeing you Tyson agrees with me. So there's that.
Well, and there's Bill disagreeing with you. So in your goddamn face.
To be fair, Bill is always disagreeing with me.
I know I thought the world ended for a second when you two agreed earlier. I was like, oh shit, this is a problem.
I always get nervous.
It's gonna get weird.
Drew, what's your next hill you're willing to die on?
Time zones are fucking pointless too. Let's kill those motherfuckers. Like, I don't understand how we can't figure this shit out. Like,
I am all about
universal time this shit, right? Like, kids these days don't know how to read a fucking clock anyways, so just call it numbers and get on the same goddamn page. I have no idea, like, how many idiots in this world don't understand how to schedule meetings and talk time because they can't do simple math. So just call everything the same time and recognize that people in different areas wake up at a different number on a goddamn clock.
Well, but the weird thing about that is if you do that, then you're going to have it where it's like bright as shit at 9 o'clock
Who the
at
fuck
night
cares?
in California.
It's an arbitrary number assigned by man. The sun will rise when the sun rises.
Time zones, I'm not, I don't have a problem with time zones.
If you want to have time zones, then we need to have 10-minute motherfucking time zones because the sun rises in Cincinnati at a completely different time than it does in Maine.
You're right.
The same time zone.
You're right, but I feel like time zones aren't the issue. Daylight savings time is something that can piss off, right? Like that's the hill.
Oh no, that's included in that. That's all fucking stupid. There's no reason to have daylight savings time when you have no time zones.
Time zones is a
like,
weird.
Why does Indiana get to just be like, nah, fam, we ain't about that. Like, we can't do this math well enough. We're just gonna stick our clocks on here. You know what I mean? Like, God, people are so stupid.
All right, here's my hill I'm willing to die on. No adult male should wear a jersey of a person younger than them. Females are allowed to wear any jersey they want. That's just something that I don't think any dude should wear. If you're gonna wear a jersey and you're a guy, it either needs to be a player older than you or a blank on the back. It should not be the name of somebody younger than you. Period.
Now, I used to die on that hill, but
dying on it.
When I got to 35, it was like, plus Now that I'm not spending
See-
$1 billion on jerseys, I stopped caring. The reason I used to down that hill was like, I can't justify spending, $200 on an authentic jersey for somebody younger than me. That's insane. Now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't paying that much.
See, really what this is a way for Mike to back out of getting a Joe Burrow jersey because he knows deep down inside he doesn't believe in him.
I do believe in Joe Burrow. And also Gabe saying, so no ND jerseys. No, I will gladly wear an ND jersey. I will wear a number 7.
I was going to say.
And I will rock number 7 for Joe Montana. Like, I will totally do that. I have no problem wearing a Notre Dame jersey because the number can be somebody in the past.
So I've got the commemorative 50th edition Joe Montana in my closet, but it says Montana. What about one that just said 7? Because like the home jersey won't have a player's name.
Yeah, that's fine. If it's blank on the back, you're totally fine. You can put a number on it.
Number's solid.
The name of a dude younger than you is weird. Also, I just want to point out, Tabari, I'm going to read this comment, and let's see if you guys see the fallacy here. Mike Berlin is just used to wearing jerseys with no names on the back because that's how many Notre Dame players, save for Desmond Howard, have been good in the NFL in his lifetime. There is so much wrong with that comment. I can't even begin to unpack it. Desmond Howard didn't play for Notre Dame, Tabari. What the fuck are you talking about? And how do you say nobody in the NFL, no Notre Dame players were good in the NFL? Have you not been watching the Pittsburgh Steelers? Claypool is lighting it the fuck up this year. Also, ever heard of Joe Montana?
I was going to
Joe
say,
Montana's pretty good.
Over the dude that had 4 Super Bowl rings.
Well, I'm just going recent. I'm going very recent because it's active.
Shout out to Mike McGlinchey locking down that right side.
McGlinchey. How about Quentin Nelson in Indianapolis? Like, there are so many good Notre Dame players.
As much as I dislike Notre Dame, they have a much better track record of pros than fucking Ohio State does.
Preach.
I got good news for you guys. Charlie Conway's 39, so I'm cool rocking that one.
There you go. You can wear a Charlie Conway. By the way, I shot an email to his agent to try to get him on the show because I want Charlie Conway on the show, and I want to do the interview as if he's in character the entire time. That's my goal for a Charlie Conway interview.
Why don't we start out with Goldberg first? Because I feel like he would take the work, and then we work our way up.
All right, let's stick to sports, guys. Stick to sports. We got to stick to sports. Stick to sports, everybody. Stick to sports. Okay, here we go. We're going to stick to sports for the last couple minutes of the show.
It's not uncomfortable at all.
Dodgers, right? Dodgers, they win today. They get the W, Scott.
I mean, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, but it's looking good for the old Dodger faithful.
Is everybody going to be happy with the Rays-Braves World Series? Is that the worst thing that could happen to baseball this year is Rays-Braves?
First of all, that is not the worst thing that could happen. The worst thing that could happen is
COVID.
Yankees-Mets.
That's a good point. That's a good one.
Which is always the answer to any World Series. What's the worst possible matchup? Yankees-Mets. It doesn't matter what the year, what's going on. Yankees-Mets is always the worst possible World Series outcome.
Also, hang on. I got to back up. Tabari said I also meant Rocket Ishmael.
I mean, I guess they played around the same time.
I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. Okay. Anyways, sticking to sports.
Than Scott blowing that earlier segment.
We're sticking to sports, everybody. We're sticking to sports. The Lakers get their championship number 17. They tie the Celtics. LeBron gets ring number 4. Finals MVP number 4. Good for him, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, good. Drew, give me a check-in on the FC Cincinnati Columbus Crew game.
That's been sticking to sports.
I'm going to say they're losing.
They're losing? They scored twice. What the hell happened?
Oh, no, I lied. We're winning. Sorry, I'm just not accustomed to seeing the 2 associated with our name. So I saw 2-1 and just assumed that was Columbus winning.
I can't take the Notre Dame hate in the comments. This is Last Call brought to you by Dugout Mugs.
Kobe hate.
This is Last Call brought to you by Dugout Mugs. Listen, everybody, World Series is here. Dugout Mugs added a new product. If you are a booze hound like me, craft beer is great, but the only thing that's better is bourbon any night of the week. Like, I just drink bourbon all the time. So now they have whiskey glasses available at Dugout Mugs. Hit them up.
I need to get one of those. I have one in my car ready to pull the trigger.
Dude, I cannot wait. And if you guys want to get your 9-ounce whiskey Dugout mug, just go to dugoutmugs.com/craft and you will get 15% off your order. They have all your favorite teams, customizable designs, wine glasses, bat shot glasses, bottle openers made from baseballs, and now whiskey glasses. Hit them up, dugoutmugs.com/craft. 15% off. That's dugoutmugs.com/craft. This week, we were drinking a beer provided by a friend of the show that never popped into the stream at all.
Because he was busy crying.
We were
Suck
drinking
it, crew.
brews from Urban South Brewery. I had Live Wire, which is a fruited sour with tangerine and Mountain Dew. Scott, what were you drinking?
I had Spill fruited sour as well, raspberry lemonade slushy.
And Drew, what was your Spill variety?
It was pineapple melon.
Pineapple melon. All right, so we were rating these on the Houston scale from Joel Osteen all the way up to NASA. Scott, where did your Spill variety land?
I'm graduating from Elijah Wan to NASA, baby. This one takes flight. I love this brew, and I know we've only done a handful of sours, and for me, sours have been very hit or miss. They're always amazing or shit, and I'm putting this in the amazing category. Raspberry lemonade slushy all the way.
God, it sounds so good.
It is delicious.
Drew,
Even whatever clumpy stuff I drink at the end.
the
Worth
chewy
it, man.
parts?
Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'll drink all that clumpy stuff all day for this beer.
The chewy parts are even good. Drew, where does yours
Right?
fall on the Houston scale?
Man, it was amazing. Like, I don't know. I would say everything Scott said and more. Like, it was just so good. It was such a great beer from start to finish. It never lets you down. It was one you could drink multiples of and not get bored with. I was trying to figure out what to rate it as, and the only thing I could see that would be above NASA, and I'm just going to assume it would be headquartered here, is Space Force. So this is Space Force.
Yeah, my version, Livewire, this Mountain Dew, whatever we can go, like, it's past NASA. It's NASA at its peak. It is such a good beer. It seriously tastes like I'm drinking Mountain Dew. I've never had a sour that is this solid. This brewery is the truth, man. They know what they're doing on these sours. If you are near Houston, they also have a brewery in Louisiana and New Orleans. So if you're in either of those areas, check out Urban South, because good Lord. Also, did we have a beer on the show, Snowball Juice? Was that one that we did?
I think we did.
That's from Urban
Yes.
South. So I think we've had a history with
God.
this brewery.
Nice.
Wait, hold on. I think it's right up here. Yeah, this one.
Drew's got it. Okay, good. So we did
Right
have
there,
Snowball,
Snowball
juice.
Juice.
Good.
There's a reason it's in the middle and it's actually in frame, because that shit was fucking
We
awesome
should have
too.
known then, because I thought I remember Snowball Juice being delicious. Urban South Brewery, check them out. This has been Last Call, brought to you by Dugout Mugs. Again, dugoutmugs.com/craft. Get 15% off your entire order. Guys, I don't want to look. Are they still talking shit in the comments?
They are, but it's okay. You'll be all right.
Yeah, don't bother. I will say though, Mike, if it makes you feel better, I don't know if it's on camera, but this is a signed photo of Rick Meyer.
That does make me feel better. Thank you.
Yeah. I've saved that since childhood. I was like 8 when I got that thing, and I still have it.
If you guys, all you people talking smack in the comments, why don't you guys head on over to craftbrewsports.com/shop, get yourself some of our gear. We got show gear. We also got our silhouette series that do that hockey shirt, our dinger slinger, Nuggets please, the soccer shirt that says it's more entertaining than baseball, and our golf shirt, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Head on over to craftbrewsports.com/shop. Help us out.
As always, I want to say fuck Notre Dame and support the rest of our fans in the comment section, but I will always die on the Justin Brent is the greatest wide receiver from Notre Dame of all time. I'll die on that hill.
Wow, that's a good hill to die on.
You know why he gets that title, right?
No,
You know
why are you giving him that title?
Justin Brent, we've talked about it on the show. Google that, kids. Google
I know.
Justin,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Justin
literally
Brent.
right now. Justin Brett or Brent?
Brent.
NFL.
No.
Nah,
It
you don't
ain't
even
got
have
nothing to
that
do with
on that.
NFL.
You don't even have that on.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you ain't even have
Oh, no,
that
I
on.
know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Justin Brent is the greatest
Yes,
wide
sir.
As soon
receiver
as
in Notre
you,
Dame history.
as soon as you said we talked about him on the show, it clicked, and I was like, oh, I remember that story.
I will die on that hill as
I
him
remember
being the
that
greatest
story.
wide receiver of all time.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been a really fun show. We really appreciate it. Shout out to Belly Up Sports for hosting us and keeping us around. Give a like, a follow, subscribe to all of the podcasts that are on the Belly Up Sports podcast.
Hey, Belly Up,
network.
one of these days I'll get the segment right. I promise. Please don't let us. Don't kick us off.
You ruin it every time, Scott. Every time. Be sure to follow Belly Up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Also, follow us on Twitter at Crafty Sports, Instagram at Crafty Sports. You can find some clips from last week's interview with Fish Scales from Nappy Roots. Ed asked what was going on in the background. Skinny he was rolling a J. It's fine. It happens. It's all good. It happened live on the show. It's all
legal
good,
there,
man.
right? Like, it's no big deal, man.
Nah, it's not, but that's cool. Also, if you guys want to subscribe, rate, and review to wherever you get your podcast, do that. Help us out. We are available on all the platforms. But in any case, share the show out. Let your friends know what this goofy, ridiculous show is, because every share helps us out. Every review helps us. Every rating helps us. So do us a favor, subscribe, rate, and review wherever you are consuming this podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody. We out.
Justin Brent, the GOAT.
Dude, is this real?